right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day, start your day, whatever time it may be. And what is going on with this Texas weather? It's cold. I have on 3 layers. It's like 49, 50 degrees. It was just 80 a couple days ago. Things aren't making sense, but we are going to be going to our first Cars and Coffee in a very long time in the S650, man. This car, I've been having a blast with this, absolute blast with the S650, and we're gonna be headed up to a Cars and Coffee. I should be getting the Shelby GT350 back either tomorrow or the day after, and then I'll make a video going over everything that was done to that car. But right now we're gonna go ahead and whip the daily, which is going to be turning into the race car sooner than later, man, because man, I'm just really enjoying the S650. It is truly a beast with little to no modifications done. You just got an H-pipe resonator delete and an E30 blend, no tune. And I'm very, very impressed. Very impressed. This car is quite literally on par with my old white 2 valve, which is crazy. And that car was gutted, had a drag pack, 15 pounds of boost, and this car just has an H-pipe resonator delete and an E30 blend, full weight, straight up daily, sleeper status. Man, dude, the Gen 4 Coyotes, I say it every time I jump in this car. I try to say it every time I jump in this car, man. The Gen 4 sound amazing. These cars, and I'm an X-pipe type of guy, these cars with just an H-pipe and the active exhaust, I feel like it has to be with the active exhaust, they sound so good, man. Like, not too loud, not too quiet. It's like that perfect tone. You got a drifter. That fool trying to get a check. Oh yeah, I don't know what he doing in that car. You gotta be careful out here in Houston, man. People can't drive. Got the E30 blend in the car now. I got like 25% gas. I probably got enough gas for like 1 hit. After I actually go ahead and like get this car to like, I don't know, like maybe 15% fuel, I'm just gonna top it back off at 93 because I still daily this car. I only put it on E30 for like the weekends, man. Top it off like Thursday or Friday, and then, you know, I'm good for the weekend. Because this car doesn't burn gas, like, believe it or not, on E30. If you're curious about the gas mileage on E30, you're gonna get well over 200 miles on E30, especially if you're not like beating on it 24/7, which obviously you aren't. So if you want a little, you know, bump in power that is noticeable, putting that E30 blend in an S650 6-speed or 10-speed will make a noticeable difference. If you have an S650, because I do want to test it out before I actually go ahead and buy headers, because I need to do wheels and tires first, or at least I should do wheels and tires first, because if I don't and do headers first, the car's not going to hook at all on the E30 blend. I want to test this car out against an S650. It can be manual or it can be 10-speed, preferably 10-speed, just because I'm trying to see like the fastest version, in theory the fastest version, so I can really tell. If you have an S650 that has headers on just 93, hit me up on Instagram. Link is going to be at the top of the description, ears.pov. Or if you have one on E30, hit me up as well, 10-speed or manual. I really want to go ahead and see the difference between a stock S650 with just an H-pipe resonator delete, an E30, versus one that has headers on 93 or E30. I'm hoping, I know it's gonna sound weird, I'm hoping that I get my doors blown off, so I know for a fact that the headers are actually worth it, because supposedly you're supposed to pick up like 30-40 wheel, and obviously with a stock car, that is going to be incredibly noticeable. So if I can go ahead and, like, you know, mess around with some like you know, bolt-on E85 10 speeds and win, because I've already ran up against a stock 10 speed one, then I ran up against a full bolt-on E85 10 speed. Obviously we lost, but it really wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. If we can actually outrun those cars in this with just headers, E30 and lighter wheels with, you know, obviously better tires, this would be a legit bolt-on car. For a manual, that would be a legit bolt-on car. Legit, like that would be sick. So I kind of want to go ahead and test that out. We'll do a little pull up here, man. I test out the no lift right now. I haven't no lifted it in a while, because this car does feel a little bit quicker after I put some miles on it. We'll do like a 50, like no lifting. Nah, we'll do a 60. We'll do like a real test. All right, let's try it out. A 60 roll, no lift. Yeah, you see, like, you see like how there's like a delay? Like there's like an insane delay. It's not, it's like there's a crazy ass delay with the no lift. Like I no lifted right there. It's a crazy delay. And that is like the factory clutch protection. Like doing a no lift shift in this car, you can really see how these cars have like a factory clutch protection built in, because I can shift the car faster than the computer detects the no lift shift. Like I don't know why people no lift shift these. I really don't. I really don't know why people no lift shift these, because in the Mox and the Shelby GT350, like the no lift, it engages so much faster. But on these, I don't know if it's the same with the dark horses. Let me know down in the comment section if it's the same with the dark horses. But I feel like there's like a crazy delay with the no lift shifting. Like that was bad. Like that was literally sandwich like shifts, and my foot was pinned. I never lifted off the gas. I don't know. I can 100% shift this car quicker. When I come back, I'm gonna do another hit, and I'm actually going to lift, and you're gonna see like how much faster like you can manually shift the car versus like no lifting. So if you're thinking about buying a manual S650, you have to know how to drive for the most part. You know, you have to know how to like power shift, because the no lift, it is super conservative, like super conservative, but it is what it is. I'm gonna catch up with y'all when we get closer to the spot, because we will be pulling up rather shortly.
A few moments later.
All right. And by the way, this is in drag mode. The only way that the transmission is going to engage properly is in drag mode, in my personal opinion, as well as like reduced clutch protection. Here, it's pretty decent. It's cold though, man, that's the thing. I think the theme is like hot hatches or something today. Yeah, like the theme is like hot hatches today. Got here a little early, y'all. And the wind might be kind of crazy. I like the Supra, the wrap's pretty cool. Toyota Gazoo Racing. Hope this wind isn't nuts. But within like, I'd say 25-30 minutes, everything is gonna get packed. S2000, this one's clean too. Damn. Woo, the wind. You gotta appreciate like a non-molested S2000. This is actually really nice, I like this. Seats are in good condition. Oh yeah. That's nice, I like that. Sometimes in a world full of modified cars, like a nice stock one will stick out. This Pontiac is clean with this carbon hood. No hood pins though, he's taking a risk. Look at this cruiser. Dang, talk about an antique. These M2s, they grew on me. I like the M2s. When you lower them, they really do look good. That the front ends are wide, but you gotta lower them. Damn, that's pretty insane. Turbo Supra on the stocks. That's pretty rare though, to see a Supra Mark IV on the stocks. Now they're 17s too. To be honest with you, just put a tire on that, it would look sleeper. Saw that car a couple days ago. GTR clean too. Jesus, dude, look at all these. Damn. This is actually insane. It's like a whole line. Bentley right there. Other Supra. Truck on a fat tire. All right, we headed out. It's cold. It is cold out here, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It's insane because, like, again, it was just warm a couple days ago, so I don't know why it's like this. Like, it doesn't really make any sense, but it is what it is. Let me go ahead and switch this out to the drag mode. We about to go see if anything pulled up. I don't think anything else pulled up. Nah, nothing else pulled up. Nothing else pulled up. All right, we're gonna do a hit. You tell me, y'all, what is faster, me manually shifting it or the no lift? It's like not even debatable what's faster. It's not even debatable what's faster. Like, you can just drop that third to fourth in this car very easily. That's probably because the MT82 is still fresh. But yeah, dude, that no lift it's a dud. Like, this car, nah, you gotta know how to drive and shift. No lift is a dud on the S650s. As of right now, stock file. When they remove the, when you can tune it and you can remove the clutch protection, raise the limiter, and maybe even go ahead and put in an aftermarket clutch, it'll be better, guaranteed. But like, as of right now, with the stock file, no lift shift is a dud. I can't believe it's actually that bad. Like, I forgot how bad it would be. I thought it would be different on E30 because I'm thinking maybe because we're running a higher octane fuel, technically, it might soften up the timing retard, but there's no way it does. It's bad. It's bad. All right, back at the casa. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video, man. Got some no lift shift hard pulls, regular hard pulls, and a cars and coffee. So if you guys want to stay up to date with the content, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. Been your boy Ears, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.